displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the park's professor. First hole. The par and distance are at the top of the screen. This hole starts out in an open grassy area right beside the parking lot, and it doglegs somewhat to the right and goes slightly downhill. The basket is located in the woods up here. Overall, this is a pretty gentle hole with a pretty wide fairway to start out. I want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the parks professor. We are at Richmond Hill Park in Asheville, North Carolina. There's the first basket, and there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The second hole is similar in spirit to the first hole. It's a little bit tighter, and the dogleg goes the opposite direction, but still a nice right-to-left throw here should get you down close to the basket and should lead to a birdie opportunity. Most holes on this course have two possible basket positions, and those are the two distances I'm giving you at the top of the screen. On this video clip, the basket was in a short position. I'll try to tell you which position the basket's in on holes where there's a big difference. The third hole is another short and gradually downhill hole, but this hole is much tighter than the first two holes. It's a pretty straight hole, and the direct line is the most obvious line. And so you'll need an accurate straight throw, but if you do that, that'll get you down here close to the basket and should lead to a third straight birdie opportunity. There's the basket and the view back to the tee. This course is known for its elevation and for its tightness, and the fourth hole is the first time the elevation really comes into play. This hole is fairly straight and not super tight, but it does head straight up a very steep hill. And you can see the basket up here at the top of the hill. Nevertheless, the hole's fairly short, and so another good tee throw will lead to another birdie opportunity. I will say I do hope you're under par at this point because these first four holes are some of the easiest holes on this course. There's the view back downhill to the tee. Now we get to the first long and difficult hole on this course. The fifth hole plays across a steep and deep ravine. The basket is higher than the tee, so net this hole does play slightly uphill. This hole is also very tight. There are several possible lines of play that you could choose from, but all of them are very tight, and in any case, it's going to take two really good throws to get up near the basket and have a birdie opportunity. The basket on this video clip is in the long position, and therefore this hole would play as a par 4 as I show it in this video clip. I captured this video on Saturday, September the 7th, and it was a very pleasant afternoon with temperatures in the upper 60s when I came here. In addition to being widely regarded as the best disc golf course in western North Carolina, this is also one of the most heavily used disc golf courses in the entire United States. And in fact, when I came here, there was at least one group on pretty much every hole when I came here. There were a number of times where I had to wait to throw, but I did really enjoy my round here in spite of all of the traffic and all of the waiting. There's the view back downhill to the tee. The sixth hole gives you a temporary reprieve from the long hard holes. This hole plays moderately downhill, and the fairway is fairly wide. In fact, it's very generous for a heavily wooded course. Every hole on this course plays through the dense woods except for one, and we're not going to see that one until we get to the back nine. Overall, this hole is much more akin to the first four holes than to the previous holes, and it gives this course more variety than you might expect for a course that's almost entirely heavily wooded. The seventh tee is downhill behind the basket and across a walking trail. There is a course map posted near the parking lot, but I didn't have any trouble navigating the course without the photo I took of the course map. Overall, this course is very well signed and very well marked, and it's easy to follow. Hole number 7 is a long and fairly tight par 3. There is a dense understory in the rough, and so you really don't want to throw into the rough on this hole. If you throw there, it's going to be a tough recovery throw and maybe even a lost disc if you happen to lose it in all the shrubbery. Also, this fairway has a steep cross slope from right to left, and you have to take that into account in case you get some ground fade as well when your disc lands. There are 2 trees right in front of the basket, so this is really a hard hole, especially for a par 3. There's the basket, and there's the view back up to the tee. The 8th hole is another long hole. It's moderately uphill, but it's not nearly as steep as some other holes, such as the 4th and 5th hole that we saw earlier. The basket is in the long position on this video clip, and therefore this hole did play as a par 4 when I came here. Like the previous hole, this fairway has a steep right to left cross slope, and the tightness of this hole ensures that you really have to pick your line and hit it in order to get a good score on this hole. I'll take the opportunity of this hole's length to thank you for watching. A parking full time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. Also, I do not make any monetary compensation for anything that I do for this project, and so the only thing that I get for doing these videos and writing these disc golf reviews are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments, and I do appreciate all of those things. The 9th hole is of course the last hole on the front 9. It plays back across the ravine that we played across on the 5th hole. Those trees are really tall, and if you hit one of those trees due to the depth of the ravine, it can really ricochet your disc a long ways offline. We just jumped down to the bottom of the ravine, and now we're going to walk up this really nice staircase to get up to the basket. This is a very challenging par 3. It's a very tight line, but if you hit your line, you can get up here close to the basket and make a birdie. Overall, this is an excellent course. This course is generally regarded as the best course in western North Carolina, and by that I mean the part of the state west of Charlotte, and I agree with that. I had a really good time here. That is the end of the front 9. I will see you on the back 9. Until then, have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.